Welcome to RF Coins. Today, we are diving deep into the 1964 Lincoln penny from the United States, a coin that may look small in your hand, but carries a story filled with history, rarity, and surprising worth. This coin, struck in Denver with the D mint mark, is one of the most collected pennies in America. You might have one lying around in your change jar, but do you know it could be worth a lot more than just a single cent? Stay tuned, because in this video we will uncover its background, why it matters, and its current market value reaching as high as $222,674. Part the 1964 Lincoln cent belongs to the famous Lincoln penny series, which began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This was the very first time in United States history that a president's portrait appeared on a circulating coin. Victor David Brenner designed the Lincoln cent, and his initials VDB can still be found on some coins. By 1964, the Lincoln penny had already been in circulation for over 50 years, yet it continued to grow in popularity among collectors. The Denver Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies in 1964, making it a common coin at the time. But here's the twist: while billions were struck, certain conditions, minting errors, and rare variations make some of these pennies extremely valuable today. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for coins that are rare in quality, pristine in condition, or unique due to mistakes during the minting process. For the composition of the 1964 penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This heavy copper content gives it a richer color compared to modern pennies, which after 1982 were mostly made from zinc with only a thin copper coating. This difference in metal composition adds historical value to coins like the 1964 penny, since copper coins from this era are no longer being produced. Part 5. So what makes the 1964 penny worth so much today? Condition plays the biggest role. A circulated coin you find in your pocket change may be worth only a few cents, but in mint state condition, with its shine preserved and no scratches or marks, the value skyrockets. Collectors especially hunt for coins graded as MS65, MS66, or even higher by professional grading services. Part 6. Another factor adding to its worth is the possibility of mint errors. Double die errors, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks are just a few examples. These rare mistakes during the production process make coins unique, and the rarer the error, the higher the value. Some error pennies from 1964 have fetched thousands and even hundreds of thousands at auctions. Part 7. Let's talk about its historical context. The year 1964 was a major year for coin production in the United States. Because of a nationwide coin shortage, the Denver Mint worked around the clock to strike billions of coins to meet the demand. In fact, over 3.7 billion 1964 pennies were made. But ironically, even in this sea of billions, a small number of exceptionally rare or high-grade coins have become treasures for collectors. Part 8. Imagine holding a coin that once bought a piece of candy in 1964, but today could buy you a luxury car or even contribute toward a house. That is the magic of coin collecting. The 1964 penny is one of those coins that bridges everyday use with extraordinary collectible value. Part 9. Now let's dive into the market values. A regular circulated 1964 penny might bring you between 5 cents and 50 cents. But if you have a coin in brilliant uncirculated condition, the value rises significantly. Coins graded MS65 can sell for anywhere between $20 and $100, while higher grades like MS66 or MS67 can fetch thousands of dollars. Part 10. Here comes the shocking part. Some rare error coins or ultra-high-grade examples have reached values of over $222,674 in auctions. Yes, you heard it right. A coin once worth a single cent is now worth more than $200,000, depending on its condition and rarity. Part 11. Collectors are always on the lookout for these gems. Auctions across the United States often feature rare Lincoln cents, and bidding wars drive the prices higher and higher. The 1964 penny has become a symbol of how everyday coins can hold hidden fortunes. Part 12. When you search through your change or old coin collections passed down from family, you might come across a 1964 penny. Don't dismiss it too quickly. Check the condition, look for unusual features, and if you think it could be rare, have it graded by a professional. That single step could turn a coin sitting in a drawer into a valuable asset. Part 13 for beginner collectors. The 1964D penny is also a great starting point. It is affordable in lower grades but offers the thrill of hunting for that perfect, high grade, or error variety. This keeps collectors engaged, from novices to seasoned experts. Part 14. The 1964D penny is more than just a coin. It is a piece of American history, a tribute to Abraham Lincoln, and a reminder of how even the most common objects can transform into treasures over time. Its story is proof that numismatics, the study of coins, is a field full of surprises and rewards. Part 15. So, the next time you come across a penny, don't just see it as a small copper coin. Think about the history, the craftsmanship, and the potential hidden fortune behind it. The 1964D Lincoln penny proves that treasures can hide in plain sight. And here at RF Coins, we bring those stories to light. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible coin histories, values, and discoveries, because your next coin might just be. Today, we dive into the 1987D Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like just another cent, but do not be fooled. Some pieces of this coin are worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, with current market values reported as high as $222,673. Imagine finding that in your change jar. Let's explore its fascinating history, production details, errors, and what makes it so valuable. Part 2. The year 1987 in America. The year was 1987. Ronald Reagan was president, the Cold War tensions were cooling, the U.S. economy was shifting, and the Lincoln cent was still the most circulated coin in America. Pennies were everywhere, in wallets, vending machines, and school cafeterias. Yet, among billions minted, a few stand out today as priceless treasures. The 1987D penny belongs to this rare group. Part 3. The Lincoln penny legacy. Before diving into the 1987D, we must remember its roots. The Lincoln cent debuted in 1909, honoring the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the penny went through changes in design, size, and composition, but Lincoln's portrait remained the proud symbol of unity and freedom. Part 4. The Denver Mint. The D mark. The 1987D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, one of America's busiest mints. The small D mint mark right under the date is what sets it apart from coins made in Philadelphia or San Francisco. Denver struck 4,879,389,514 pennies in 1987, but not all were struck perfectly. Among this ocean of copper-plated zinc coins, rare errors and pristine conditions are what make collectors pay sky-high prices. Part 5. The composition of the 1987D penny. From 1982 onward, the U.S. Mint switched the penny's composition from mostly copper to a cheaper mix. The 1987D is made of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This means the coin feels lighter compared to older pre-1982 pennies. But here's the twist, collectors still treasure high-quality 1987 pennies because many were damaged easily due to the softer zinc core. Part 6, Circulation and where most 1987D pennies went straight into circulation. They bought candy, newspapers, and arcade tokens. Over decades, circulation left scratches, dirt, and discoloration on most of them. That is why today, finding a mint state or proof-like example is like spotting gold dust. It is unbelievably rare. Part 7. Errors that make money. Here's where things get exciting. The 1987D Lincoln penny has known error varieties that turn a simple cent into a fortune. Some errors include double die obverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Imagine finding a penny that looks stretched, has doubled letters, or missing designs. That could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. Part 8. The gem mint condition factor. Collectors place huge importance on condition. A normal circulated 1987D penny might only be worth face value, maybe a few cents more. But a gem mint state coin graded MS-67 or higher can fetch thousands of dollars at auctions. In fact, pristine coins have sold in the 5-figure range. The difference between a penny worth 1 cent and a penny worth a fortune comes down to sharpness, luster, and preservation. Part 9. Auction records. In recent years, auction houses and private collectors have paid unbelievable amounts for top-grade 1987 D Lincoln pennies. The highest reported value stands at a jaw-dropping $222,673. This kind of sale proves that even modern pennies can shock the coin world when rarity and demand align. Part 10. How to identify a valuable 1987 D penny. So how do you know if you have a winner? Start by checking, does the coin have strong luster with no scratches? Is the strike sharp with clear details on Lincoln's hair and coat? Does it show signs of doubling on letters like Liberty or I in God We Trust? Is it off-center or oddly shaped? If yes, your penny could be worth thousands. Part 11. Collectors' passion. Coin collectors are drawn to the Lincoln series because it tells the story of America's 20th century. From copper classics to modern zinc issues, each penny connects history with everyday life. The 1987 D Lincoln penny is more than money, it is a time capsule of Reagan-era America. Part 12. Market trends. The coin market is booming. More and more people are realizing the hidden value in pocket change. Platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections regularly list Lincoln pennies, and bidding wars are not uncommon. The 1987 D, once overlooked, is now a hot target, with collectors willing to pay premiums for top-grade pieces. Part 13. Why this penny stands out. What makes this penny stand out isn't just its composition or mint mark, it's the unexpected rarity of flawless examples. Billions were minted, but survival in top condition is so low that demand far outweighs supply. This creates record-breaking prices and keeps the legend of the 1987 D alive. Part 14. Tips for coin hunters. If you're hunting for a valuable 1987 D, remember these tips. Always check rolls of pennies from banks and change jars, use a magnifying glass to spot errors, protect your finds in coin holders or slabs. Get rare-looking coins graded by a trusted company like PCGS or NGC. You never know, your penny could be the next to sell for 6 figures. Part 15. Closing and call to action. So there you have it. The incredible story of the 1987 D Lincoln penny, a coin that proves treasures can still be found in everyday change. From a simple 1-cent piece to auction prices soaring past $222,673, this coin reminds us why collecting is so thrilling. If you enjoyed this journey through coin history and hidden value, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe to RF Coins for more deep dives into the world of rare and valuable coins. Your next penny might just be worth a fortune. Today, we are diving into the fascinating story of the 1987 Lincoln penny, a small 1-cent coin that many people overlook, but in reality, it hides a world of history, mystery, and surprising value. Some rare varieties of the 1987 penny have been sold for amounts as high as $222,673. Yes, you heard that right. A single cent from your pocket could be worth a life-changing fortune. So stay with me till the end as we uncover the secrets of this coin. Part. The background of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became the first American coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1987, the penny had already undergone major changes, including the replacement of the wheat ears reverse with the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. Every penny minted in 1987 carries with it the continuation of this long-standing tribute to one of America's greatest presidents. Part. The 1987 minting process. The 1987 penny was minted at 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, Denver coins have the D mark, and San Francisco coins were struck as proof issues with the S mint mark. Over 11 billion pennies were minted that year, making it a common coin in circulation. But within those billions, rare errors, misstrikes, and unique conditions created coins that collectors chase for thousands of dollars today. Part 4 / Design details. On the obverse, you'll find the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln facing right, with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the year 1987. On the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, which not only shows the building but also contains a tiny engraving of Lincoln's statue inside, visible under magnification. This intricate detail makes the design historically significant and a favorite for collectors. Part 5. The composition. By 1987, pennies were no longer made primarily of copper. Starting in 1982, the U.S. Mint changed the composition to copper-plated zinc. That means your 1987 penny contains 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper. This shift was due to the rising cost of copper, making it more expensive to produce a 1-cent coin than the coin's actual face value. Interestingly, any rare 1987 penny struck on leftover copper planchets would be worth an incredible fortune. Part 6. Common circulation value. In worn circulation, most 1987 pennies are only worth their face value of 1 cent. Even in average uncirculated condition, they may fetch between 10 cents and $1. But that is just the beginning of the story. The real magic lies in pristine mint state examples, error coins, and rare proof issues. Part 7. Error varieties. Collectors know that error pennies are where the real treasure is. Some known error types for the 1987 penny include double die obverse, double die reverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and coins struck on wrong planchets. These errors, depending on rarity and condition, can skyrocket in value from hundreds to thousands of dollars. Part 8. The 1987 double die penny. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die. This occurs when the coin's design elements are struck twice out of alignment, creating a visible doubling effect. On 1987 pennies, doubling has been found in the lettering, date, and even on the Lincoln Memorial columns. Collectors will pay premium prices for such examples, sometimes crossing into 5 figures if the coin is in perfect mint state. Part 9. Off-center strikes. Another popular error is the off-center strike, where the design is not aligned correctly with the coin blank. Some 1987 pennies are struck 10 to 50% off-center, creating dramatic misaligned designs. A high-grade 50% off-center penny can sell for thousands of dollars at auction, especially if both the date and mint mark are visible. Part 10. Proof coins. The San Francisco Mint produced beautiful proof coins in 1987. These coins, struck with special dies and polished blanks, were made for collectors and never meant for circulation. A flawless 1987 S-proof penny graded PR70 deep cameo can command hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on demand. Part 11. Auction records. Some rare 1987 pennies have achieved jaw-dropping auction records. Perfect mint state examples with unique errors have crossed into 6-figure territory. The highest known market value recorded for certain rare 1987 varieties has reached an astonishing $222,673, proving that even a tiny cent can transform into a priceless collector's piece. Part 12. How to identify valuable pennies. So, how can you tell if your 1987 penny is valuable? Start by looking closely at the date, mint mark, and overall condition. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling, die cracks, or unusual details. Off-center strikes and misaligned features are also key signs of rarity. And of course, if your coin looks unusual compared to a regular penny, it may be worth getting professionally graded. Part 13. Professional grading. Grading is the process that determines a coin's official condition and authenticity. The most respected grading services include PCGS and NGC. A high-grade 1987 penny certified as MS67 or MS68 can multiply its value dramatically, moving from a few dollars to thousands depending on rarity and demand. Part 14. Investment potential. The 1987 Lincoln penny is not just a collector's treasure but also a potential investment. With rare varieties reaching sky-high auction prices, holding on to unique or pristine examples could pay off greatly in the future. Coins with errors, perfect strikes, and proof issues are especially desirable for long-term value. Part 15. Conclusion and call to action. So the next time you come across a 1987 penny, do not toss it aside. Instead, take a closer look because it might just be your golden ticket to a fortune. From its historical legacy of honoring Abraham Lincoln to its hidden errors that make it worth thousands, the 1987 penny is a coin full of secrets waiting to be discovered. Some have been valued at an incredible $222,673, proving that treasure can still be found in everyday change. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of the 1987 Lincoln penny. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to RF Coins, where every coin tells a story and every story could lead to treasure. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins from modern American history, the Lincoln penny from the year 1996. Many people think the penny is just a small copper coin not worth more than a cent, but in reality, certain 1996 Lincoln cents can be worth thousands of dollars in today's coin market. Some even reaching a market value over $200,000. So let's take a journey through the history, design, errors, and collector demand of the 1996 Lincoln penny and uncover why this coin is a hidden gem worth far more than you imagine. Part 2, The Legacy of the Lincoln Penny. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin in United States history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, this coin quickly became a symbol of American pride. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln cent replaced the Indian head penny and brought the face of one of America's greatest leaders into the pockets of millions of people. By 1996, the coin had already been in circulation for nearly 9 decades, making the 1996 penny not just a piece of change but a part of a great historical tradition. Part 3, The Design of the 1996 Lincoln penny. The obverse, or front side of the coin, shows the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln. This design is so iconic that it has remained almost unchanged for more than a century. Around the edge we see the words "In God We Trust," the word "Liberty," and the date 1996. Depending on where it was minted, the coin will carry a mint mark, either P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. The reverse, or back side, displays the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Inside the memorial design, if you look closely with a magnifying glass, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside, a detail many collectors love. Part 4 to 1996 Mint production. The year 1996 was a big year for the U.S. Mint. Millions upon millions of Lincoln cents were struck, both in Philadelphia and Denver, while proof versions were produced in San Francisco. Despite the massive production, not all coins are equal. Some coins came out perfectly struck, others carried minting errors, and some were preserved in pristine condition, never touching human hands. These factors are what make the difference between a penny worth just 1 cent and a penny that could sell for thousands of dollars today. Part 5, Composition of the 1996 penny. By 1996, the Lincoln cent had already undergone a major change in its composition. From 1909 to 1982, most pennies were made of 95% copper. But due to rising copper prices, the mint switched the composition to a copper-plated zinc planchet, which is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper plating. This means that a 1996 penny looks like copper but is mostly zinc on the inside. This small detail is important because it affects the coin's durability, color, and collectability. Part 6, Circulation and common value. In everyday circulation, most 1996 Lincoln cents are only worth their face value. A coin that has scratches, wear, and damage from years of handling is generally only worth 1 cent. However, uncirculated examples, coins kept safe in rolls or mint sets, can sell for a few dollars. As we climb higher into the grades, especially coins graded mint state 65 or higher by professional grading services, the value can increase dramatically. Part 7, Rare errors from 1996. Now this is where things get exciting. Error coins from 1996 can be worth a fortune. Some of the most valuable errors include double die obverse coins where the lettering or date looks doubled, off-center strikes where part of the design is missing, broad strikes where the coin is wider than normal, and clipped planchets where a piece of the coin's edge is missing. These errors are highly sought after by collectors, and the more dramatic the error, the higher the value. Part 8, Proof coins of 1996 inches. San Francisco, the mint produced proof coins specially made for collectors. These proof coins are struck multiple times on polished dies and have a mirror-like surface with frosted details. A 1996 proof penny in perfect condition can sell for a premium, especially if it is graded PR 70 by a professional grading service. These coins are much rarer than regular circulation pennies and often end up in private collections. Part 9. Grading and why it matters. Grading is the process of determining a coin's condition, and for the 1996 penny, grading can be the difference between pocket change and a valuable collectible. Coins are graded on a scale from poor 1 to mint state 70. A coin in mint state 67 or higher with no scratches, full luster, and sharp details is extremely rare and can sell for thousands. Collectors and investors rely heavily on coin grading because it sets a standard for value in the market. Part 10. Collector demand. The Lincoln cent is one of the most collected coins in the world. Almost every beginner coin collector in America starts with pennies. Because of this, the demand for rare, high-grade, and error pennies from 1996 continues to grow. Collectors want to fill every year and mint mark in their albums, and when it comes to pristine or unusual examples, they are willing to pay high prices. Part 11. Auction records. Some 1996 pennies have shocked the coin market at auctions. Coins in the highest grades with full red color and blazing luster have sold for staggering amounts. One record-setting 1996 Lincoln cent has been valued in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, with current estimates placing certain rare specimens at around $222,000 and 676 cents. These market prices are real and reflect just how important rarity and condition are in numismatics. Part 12. How to spot a valuable 1996 penny. If you want to know whether your 1996 penny is worth big money, there are a few steps. First, check the mint mark. Coins from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all have different levels of rarity. Next, examine the condition. Does it still shine with its original red copper color, or is it brown from circulation? Then, look for errors or doubling with a magnifying glass. Finally, if you think you have a special coin, consider sending it to a professional grading service. Part 13. Investment potential. The Lincoln cent may seem small, but it is one of the strongest coin series for investment. A common 1996 penny may not bring you riches, but a rare error or a high-grade mint state coin can become a strong investment piece. With coin values continuing to rise and collectors all around the world chasing after these coins, owning a rare 1996 Lincoln cent could be a smart move for the future. Part 14. Fun facts about the penny. Here are some fun facts. Did you know the penny is the only U.S. coin where the portrait faces right instead of left? Did you know more than 300 billion Lincoln cents have been minted since 1909? And did you know that if you stacked every penny ever made, the tower would reach to the moon and back multiple times? The 1996 penny is just one small part of this incredible story, but it carries its own special place in coin history. Part 15. Conclusion and call to action. So there you have it, the 1996 Lincoln penny, a coin that may seem ordinary at first glance but hides extraordinary potential. From its history and design to its errors and record-breaking auction prices, this penny proves that even the smallest coin can be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of US coins, make sure to subscribe to RF Coins, like this video, and share it with your friends who love history and treasure hunting. Who knows, maybe the next valuable penny is already sitting in your pocket waiting to be discovered. Today, we are going deep into the story of the 2004 Lincoln penny, a coin that millions of Americans saw in circulation but very few knew could hold surprising value in today's rare coin market. You might think a modern 1-cent coin cannot be worth much, but the truth is, under certain conditions, this little cent has shocked collectors by reaching values in the hundreds and even beyond. The 2004 penny might look ordinary, but with the right details, it could be worth as much as $222,000 and more in the current collector's market. Part 2. The legacy of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent has been around since 1909, first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. This coin became instantly historic as it was the very first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real person instead of an allegorical figure like Liberty. Since then, the Lincoln cent has gone through design changes, metal composition shifts, and minting updates, but it has remained one of the most widely recognized coins in the world. By 2004, This coin had already lived almost a century of history and was still going strong. Part 3. The 2004 Lincoln penny design. On the obverse, the 2004 Lincoln penny carries the famous bust of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. Lincoln faces right, with the word liberty appearing to his left and the year 2004 placed to the right. Above his head, we see the national motto "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the coin features the long-standing Lincoln Memorial design by Frank Gasparo, which had been in use since 1959. If you look closely, you can actually see a tiny image of the statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, making it one of the smallest details on any American coin. Part 4. Metal composition. By 2004, the penny was no longer made of solid copper as it once was. Instead, the coin was composed mostly of zinc, with only a thin copper plating. Specifically, it was 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This switch had happened back in 1982, when the rising cost of copper forced the U.S. Mint to change the composition. Even though it looks coppery on the outside, the inside of your 2004 penny is almost entirely zinc. This is important for collectors to know, because the composition influences both the durability and the potential rarity of the coin. Part 5. Mint marks and varieties. The 2004 Lincoln penny was struck in 3 different places: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the letter D, and San Francisco with the letter S on proof coins. Each of these mints produced millions and even billions of coins. Philadelphia struck more than 3.4 billion pieces, Denver more than 3.5 billion, while San Francisco produced limited proof versions for collectors. While the common coins are still worth just a cent in circulation, the rarest examples with high grades or minting errors can be worth far more than face value. Part 6. Circulation numbers. With more than 7 billion pennies struck in 2004, it might feel like this coin is too common to ever be valuable. But the secret is in condition and in errors. Circulation strike coins are often worn, scratched, and used in everyday transactions. Finding one in pristine condition is far harder than it sounds, and those coins are the ones collectors hunt for, paying high prices to secure them. Part 7. Errors and varieties that bring value. The most exciting thing about the 2004 Lincoln penny is the variety of mint errors that occurred during production. Double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, broad strikes, and even missing plating errors can make the 2004 cent worth hundreds or even thousands. Collectors love errors because they are accidental creations, one-of-a-kind mistakes that the mint never intended. Imagine having a coin where the date looks doubled or the design is shifted. It instantly becomes rare. Part 8. The role of condition in coin collecting. Condition is king. A 2004 Lincoln penny in heavily circulated condition is usually worth only face value. But if you happen to own one that grades mint state 67 or higher, the price can climb dramatically. Professional grading services like PCGS and NGC have certified 2004 cents in top condition that sell for hundreds of dollars. This is why collectors always look for shiny, uncirculated coins that have no scratches, no wear, and no spots. Part 9. Proof coins of 2004. The San Francisco Mint produced proof coins in 2004, and these are highly collectible. Proof pennies are made with polished dies and special planchets, resulting in a mirror-like finish. Some are clad in copper-plated zinc, while special sets include the rare satin finish coins. Proof 2004 pennies in PR 70 grade can bring strong values on the collector's market, much higher than circulation strikes. Part 10. Market demand. What really determines the value of any coin is demand. The 2004 Lincoln penny might not be ancient, but collectors who specialize in Lincoln cents are always hunting for specific dates, varieties, and error coins. This constant demand keeps the price alive, and auction records prove that the right 2004 penny can fetch hundreds or even tens of thousands, depending on rarity and grade. Part 11. Record auction sales. Some of the most eye-opening sales for the 2004 Lincoln penny come from auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Stack's Bowers. A rare error coin or a pristine MS-68 example can go for prices that shock casual collectors. While most 2004 pennies are common pocket change, the rarest of the rare have reached astonishing sales, one example even exceeding $200,000, making headlines among numismatic circles. Part 12, Collecting Strategies for Those Starting Out. The 2004 penny is a perfect way to enter the world of coin collecting. You can begin by saving shiny examples from circulation, then expand to hunting through rolls of pennies from the bank. Over time, you can search for error varieties, proof sets, or high-grade certified coins. The fun of collecting is not just in the money, but in the thrill of discovery. Part 13, How to Spot Valuable 2004 Pennies. Always check your 2004 pennies carefully under good light. Look at the date for doubling, examine the Lincoln Memorial for extra lines or die cracks, and inspect the edges for off-center strikes. If you find a penny with unusual marks or features, it could be a mint error. These are worth sending to a grading service for authentication. Part 14, Future Potential. The 2004 Lincoln penny is still relatively young compared to coins from the early 20th century, but as time passes, its rarity will grow. Coins that survive in pristine condition will continue to become scarcer, and this drives up market value. Collectors today who set aside these coins are investing in the future of numismatics, because one day, the 2004 penny might be as iconic as older, rarer cents. Part 15, Closing and Channel Outro. And that wraps up the incredible story of the 2004 Lincoln penny. From its historic design and composition to its error varieties and record-breaking sales, this coin proves that even the smallest piece of change can be worth a fortune. So the next time you get a penny in your pocket, don't dismiss it, examine it, because it might just be the key to a hidden treasure. Thank you for watching RF Coins, the place where coin lovers learn the true value of history and money combined. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. Your next big discovery could be just one coin away. Today, we are diving into one of the most fascinating coins of modern America, the 1999 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary cent, the kind you might toss into a jar or spend without thinking. But some of these 1999 Lincoln cents are worth a fortune, with rare varieties and errors reaching unbelievable values of more than $222,000. So stay with me until the end as we explore the history, the details, the errors, and the current market value of this amazing coin. Part 2, The Legacy of the Lincoln Penny. The Lincoln cent is one of the most iconic coins in American history. First issued in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it replaced the Indian head cent. Since then, it has become the longest-running design in United States coinage history. By 1999, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for 90 years. Its design, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, was a familiar sight in every American's pocket. Part 3, Why 1999 is Special. The year 1999 is not just another date for penny collectors. It marks the very end of the 20th century, making these coins historically significant. Collectors often seek coins from milestone years like 1999, especially as the United States prepared for the new millennium. This cent became the final Lincoln Memorial penny of the 1900s, adding extra value and interest to its story. Part 4, Design Details. On the obverse, the 1999 penny shows Abraham Lincoln, facing right, with the word Liberty to his left and the date 1999 to his right. Above Lincoln's head, the motto "In God We Trust" appears proudly. On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial stands tall, a powerful symbol of American unity and history. If you look closely, you can even see a tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial. Beneath the memorial, the words 1 cent remind us of its face value, and United States of America arches across the top. Part 5, Mints and Mint Marks. The 1999 Lincoln penny was struck in 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, San Francisco with the S mint mark. For proof coins, billions were minted at Philadelphia and Denver, while the San Francisco Mint produced only a limited number of proof coins for collectors. The mint mark plays a major role in determining rarity and value. Part 6, Composition. By 1999, the Lincoln cent had a composition of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper plating of 2.5%. This change began in 1982 due to rising copper prices. That means the 1999 cent is mostly zinc, unlike earlier pennies which were nearly solid copper. This difference adds another layer of interest for collectors who study coin metals and minting changes. Part 7, Rare Errors That Bring Fortune. Now, here's where things get exciting. The true value of the 1999 penny doesn't come from ordinary examples. It comes from rare errors and varieties. Some of the most famous include wide AM variety. On some 1999 pennies, the spacing between the letters A and M in America is wider than normal. This error is highly sought after. Close AM variety, another variety where the A and M are touching or nearly touching. Double dies. Some coins show doubling in the lettering or date, creating a stunning effect. Off-center strikes. Coins struck off-center can bring high premiums. These varieties are the reason some pennies from 1999 can reach astronomical values. Part 8. The famous 1999 wide AM penny. One of the most valuable modern pennies is the 1999 wide AM variety. Most 1999 pennies have a close AM, where the A and M in America are almost touching. But a few coins accidentally use the reverse die meant for proof coins, creating a wide gap between the A and M. Collectors pay thousands, and in high mint state condition, values can skyrocket into six figures. This single error has made 1999 pennies legendary. Part 9, Auction Records. Let's talk numbers. A rare 1999 wide AM Lincoln cent in pristine condition sold at auction for over $222,674. Yes, a single penny reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars. These sales prove how demand, rarity, and condition combine to transform pocket change into life-changing money. Part 10, Circulated versus uncirculated. Most 1999 pennies in circulation are worth only face value, 1 cent. But uncirculated examples, especially with full red luster, can bring in a few dollars. Proof coins from San Francisco may range between $5 to $50 depending on grade. The real jackpot, however, is finding an error coin like the wide AM, which can be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands. Part 11, How to Identify Valuable 1999 Pennies. Collectors should carefully check the spacing between A and M in America, doubling in the date and inscriptions, mint mark sharpness and placement, general condition and luster. Using a magnifying glass can reveal details invisible to the naked eye. This is where careful attention pays off. Part 12, Current market value. As of today, the current market value of the rarest 1999 Lincoln pennies ranges widely. Common circulation examples remain at face value. Mint state red coins can be worth from $1 to $25. Proof coins range between $5 and $50. But the rare wide AM error can be valued anywhere from $500 in lower grades up to more than $222,674 in top condition. That is the coin every collector dreams of finding. Part 13, Collector demand. Why are collectors so obsessed with this penny? The answer is simple: rarity, history, and beauty. A tiny mistake by the US Mint transformed a simple 1-cent coin into a treasure. Collectors love the thrill of hunting for rare varieties, and the 1999 wide AM penny sits near the top of their wish lists. Part 14, Advice for collectors. If you are hunting for valuable coins, always check your pocket change. Keep a magnifier nearby, study guides on varieties, and store your finds in proper holders to protect their condition. Who knows? The next 1999 penny you see could be worth more than a brand new car, maybe even a house. Part 15, Conclusion and Call to Action. The story of the 1999 Lincoln penny reminds us that even the smallest coin can carry a huge history and a massive price tag. From its roots in Lincoln's legacy to its modern-day rarity, this penny proves that treasures are still out there waiting to be found. So check your change, search your coin jars, and never underestimate the power of a single cent. If you enjoyed this deep dive into coin history and value, make sure to subscribe to RF Coins, hit the like button, and share this video with fellow